turn on the button, I think.
I did. It just takes a
Oh,
couple
there we go.
seconds to do, yeah.
All right, start this off.
You gotta wait for Brian. Already.
He really has stepped into,
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
He's not talking,
Teresa.
but is he?
the Verizon thing is February 1.
February 1?
Yeah.
Okay, is it on
We
here now?
haven't put it, no. That's what we have put over.
Verizon to the next meeting.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it.
I don't know.
No, I mean, if Teresa wants to
Okay.
announce it.
What's that?
Verizon for the franchise agreement was supposed to come in and make a presentation, but one of the person got COVID, so they had to cancel. So we're pushing over to February 1.
Okay.
He's not talking anything, is he? I'll lose my, no. His nerves have got the best of him.
blame himself.
His nerves are getting the better of him.
Exactly.
Here he comes.
Better go get candy.
Yes.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Okay, welcome everybody to the regular town board meeting of January 18th, 2022. And town clerk on a roll call.
Councilman Don Dividend.
Here.
Councilman Paul Valentine.
Here.
Councilman Jerry Vittori.
Here.
Councilman Brian Donahue.
Here.
Supervisor Teresa Kenny.
Here. And on that, we will do Pledge of Allegiance. And I guess we'll have Councilman Valentine lead it, because he's the best at it apparently.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't think Esther called today to ask, but I know she probably would have if she did. Okay, so a couple of announcements. One we had originally on for tonight was the Verizon franchise agreement. Verizon was going to come and make a presentation, but due to a case of COVID, they have pushed it over. They're going to be coming to the next meeting on February 1st. Just want to, again, mention the Orangetown Food Scrap Recycling Program is now open. There's more information on the website. It is rocking and rolling. We have had a really great response. So most of the information's on the website to go about how you go about doing the program. I don't see. I don't see. Okay. Discussion regarding the charging display kiosk. This is, you want Jane for this?
Right.
She's not here?
All right.
Okay, we'll go on. I mean, quickly, I'll explain. We're going to look to amend our sign law because some of the businesses want to put in electric vehicle charging stations, and that they can do this thing where there's basically advertisements with it that help pay for it. But as it is right now, it violates our sign laws. So I think we were going to look to amend it, but we think we're going to have Jane just kind of explain it a little bit better than I just did. But that's the gist of it.
All right.
We want to encourage them to do them, so they're more available. Okay, so on that note, we can go to workshop the agenda items. Okay, the first item is permission for the training school and annual meeting. This is the Association of Towns, which, did we confirm it went virtual? It's all virtual? Okay, so this is the thing we usually go down to New York City for. It's now going to be virtual this year. And then 4 is appointing a delegate, which is lucky me. And if I get struck by lightning, then Rosanna has agreed to do it. She's the alternate. Number 5 is approving the agreement with the Hudson Valley Humane Society for 2022. I'll just say that we had a very good experience with them last year. They did a great job and saved us $35,000, so it was all good. Number 6 is authorizing the extension of the grant writing agreement with the Burj Group. So I guess they started halfway through the year last year, and we did get success with getting, at least we got the $40,000 grant with them. So we want to continue with them a little bit longer. So this is the extending it under the same terms, right, Rob? They didn't increase it, right?
No, that was
Same
just, last year was 7 months,
Right,
and then this
so
is
we don't do a full year,
continuing
right.
at the same price.
Number 7, a hold harmless agreement for 9 Valenza Lane. I have no idea what this is.
There's a,
Someone's driveway being on the neighbor's property?
no, it's a mailbox, I believe, that was
Oh, a
in the
mailbox.
right of the town right away. So that's,
Oh, there was someone being under driveway.
I think that was a different
Oh,
one.
that's a different one? Okay. Number 8 is awarding the contract to the washing board Laundromat, and this has to do with, I believe, the police uniforms and waiving the performance security deposit, because they've been doing it for just about ever, I guess. Number 9, accept with regret the resignation, retirement of Cheryl Coopersmith. She's been with the town for 30 years, and she was a chief clerk to the boards. That's a good run, I'll tell you that. She's going to be missed, but anyway. And then we have some accept and receive some documents in the town clerk's office. The audit. We are going to go into executive session for litigation matters.
Right now?
No, just want to put it in there when we get to there. And then unfortunately, we have a lot of adjournments tonight. Seems like we got a little reprieve, and then we went back. So anyway, on that note,
Motion to open public comment.
we have Tom Divity, a motion to open. Second. Jerry Batari, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so there is nobody signed up. Is there anybody here that would like to speak? Okay, public comment, yeah. So Barbara, you can go first. Allison, is somebody over there got the timer?
My name is Barbara Dello, and I'm from Blauvelt. I have basically supported the town board and the members of it and worked hard for the things, and even for the elections. And I am grateful that you recognize the fact that some of the housing coming into the town is too expensive for a lot of the residents who live here. Still, I'm getting concerned a little bit about the direction I see the town policies going. For instance, we're cutting, maybe highway positions and maybe, keeping a tight hold on new police officers. Yet we have a tourism director, and I was speaking to somebody who said to me, if you want to see what bringing tourism into a small town looks like, go to Rockland Lake on a weekend. I read the comprehensive plan update, and I almost cried. They were talking about, and I went to one of the meetings, and the language was very jumbled up, but when I asked the man what these words I didn't understand were, he was talking about cluster housing with multifamily, attached houses, townhouses, apartment buildings maybe up to, a couple stories high, or like on Veterans Parkway for the seniors, but for everybody. And I mean, I'm a big environmentalist. I love Clausland Mountain. I love our green space. But they were talking about a lot of money and environmental programs which are kind of in the extreme, limiting car use, different things that were really out there. And I'm also concerned because I continually speak about seniors, and the town board seems more interested in spending money on parades and recreation and sports than it does on our seniors. I'm also concerned about grants because it's not free money. Taxpayers pay for it. And usually the agency that gives the grant wants you to support the type of programs they're promoting. The Federalist paper, in arguing for a republic rather than a widespread democracy, said it helps guard against falling into trends and, kind of these trends that the masses get caught up on. I have always believed that this town board did not fall whim to every passing fad and stood up for the people of this town. And so I hope you do that. And in terms of environmental programs, I just want to point out that clotheslines, if everybody used clotheslines, that would save a lot of energy.
Okay, Barbara,
even
your
though
time
it's
is
not
up.
trendy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just going to say one thing. The comprehensive plan, they haven't even done the scope yet. So you were at a public meeting where people are expressing different opinions, different views, what should be considered, what should not be considered, but there's nothing been finalized. So somebody there, that's, okay, no, and that's not true, because we did some initial input programs. There will be other public times to speak, absolutely. We're actually, after our next internal meeting, which is on the 26th, which people can view, but they can't speak at, we're going to be sending out a townwide postcard telling everyone so I don't have to hear they didn't know about the next public hearing. So there will be absolutely more times to speak publicly about it. Okay, I think I saw a hand back.
Hi, Jerry Goggins, 66 Sickletown Road. Good evening. You know what I'm here about, which is RCW. In the last couple of weeks, all of you on the board and the town attorney have received several letters from different parties complaining about RCW and their continued operations. I've seen some of your responses as supervisor to those letters as well. And I wanted to comment on why people are experiencing the level of frustration.
Can I interrupt you
Yes.
for 1 second, Not, and this certainly stopped the clock. Just an update that this afternoon sometime we got word, a courtesy copy, that the town is being sued by Rockland Cider Works, saying that we are basically, that they're acting legally and that we don't have the right to stop them. So
Well, that's going to be interesting.
it will be very interesting.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And, you know, just as much as I got emails against it, I got emails for it. And that's not how zoning and planning works in the public opinion world. So it will ultimately, at this point, like I think I said in one of my emails, it will ultimately be decided by a court. I personally think, you know, I don't, that we're going to win, but.
Right, I would
you know,
imagine so, yeah.
I would like to think so too, but anyway, so that is just to give you an update. I mean, we knew it was heading in that direction. They just basically beat us to it, so.
Right. Well,
Okay.
thank you very much. I appreciate that update,
Yeah, but, okay,
Supervisor.
you can go ahead.
The other thing I'd say is kind of amusing about that is here we have a business that has been in long violation of numerous town ordinances, and they have the goal to sue the town board when they are at the same time under 8 charges from the New York State Liquor Authority that they misrepresented information in several different ways in their application for a liquor license. I can't see but that they're going to lose that particular case, and I wish you the best luck with the case. I just want to explain another aspect of this that has to do with people's frustration, and that is, as you know, they were originally violated back in, I believe, October 2020, and between that and the subsequent violations that were issued to them, there was a period of about 315 days. And when that matter was resolved in court, they were fined, $5,000. They pled guilty to one of the charges and were fined $5,000. And if you divide that over the days at 4 days a week, now they're open 7 days a week with their liquor store, but let's say 4 days a week for the cidery part, where people are drinking on site, it amounts to a fine of $28 a day, which is not exactly a powerful disincentive to running a business. Similarly, when they were violated for the second time, 19th of August 2021 was the most recent one. If they're fined $5,000 for that, up until today, that amounts to a fine of $59 a day, with the cidery being open 4 days a week. And the problem people have, I think, is they see this as just being treated by RCW as the cost of doing business. Now, if I go out and commit an action such that I'm issued a violation, and I get my violation, and the next day I go out and commit the action again, I would reasonably expect to be issued with another violation. But that's not the case with this particular business. And I realize that's not a perfect analogy, but people feel, look, they're getting fined $28 a day or $59 a day, and they're just laughing at us. Now, I'm sad. I have a map here, which I'll bring a color copy of next week. I'll make this very fast. Of 21 houses in the neighborhood of RCW, 2 of them belong to the Van Houtens. 2 of them are people who don't want to get involved because they haven't looked at what's happening to real estate prices. 1 is a person who's pro-RCW, and the remaining 16 are people who are opposed to RCW. And I know this because they've written to you, I've spoken to them, we're all in touch with each other. Thank you for your time. I wish you the best of luck with your court case as well, and I do appreciate you sharing that information. Thank you very much to all of you.
Hi, Susie McQuinney, 66 Sickletown Road. So this drastically alters what I was going to say, but not the first part, which is that I wanted to just send a really sincere thank you to Cheryl Cooper-Smith for all of her work that she's done. And I also wanted to just send a really big thank you to the staffs of both the town hall and the building department, because I know that this job can't be easy. I know that the board's job can't be easy. I know that the job of those 2 staffs is not easy. And I know that this whole situation has put a large burden on all of those departments. And so I really just want to send a big thank you to all of the people who work for the town, because this has been very difficult. And actually, one of the things that I wanted to bring up, which touches on what Jerry brought up, which is that I think that there's, while some of the letters that I know have been written to the town, because we all talk, I know that the letters have ranged in tone from fairly polite, we're upset, we don't know what's going on, to fairly strongly worded. And I know that letters from the town have come back to residents, and they've been ranged from no response to fairly polite responses to fairly aggressive responses. And I think in the future, if there's some way that we can all find to communicate in some more constructive way, I would certainly like to be a part of that. What I can say is, having lived next door to RCW for quite some time, over the past 2 years, what we've seen is a business which opened illegally with no conversation with the neighbors at all. We've seen them continue to operate illegally. We were in our kitchen, not this Saturday night, but last Saturday night, and actually could hear the music, which sounded like a live acoustic set, from them in our kitchen, which was windows closed and doors closed because it's wintertime, and we regularly have floodlights from their manufacturing room blinding us in our kitchen. And we see them sort of really laugh it off. You know, I have conversations with Darren where he just stands across the fence from me and says, I'm not doing anything wrong, I can keep on going. So I think neighbors are frustrated, and I'm sure that the town is frustrated. And I think we all knew that this was coming, and if there's anything certainly that we can do that helps the town in the situation, we'd be more than happy to. That's really all I have to say. So, but mostly I want to say thank you to Cheryl, and I want to say thank you to the staff of the town departments. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else here who would like to speak? Mike?
Yes. Good evening, Supervisor Kennedy, members of the Town Board. Michael Mandel, resident of Pearl River and a member of the Planning Board. Just wanted to comment, Cheryl Cooper-Smith is retiring after 30 years. Her assistance to us as members of the Planning Board has been phenomenal over the years, and it is a great loss to us, and hopefully we can find somebody that will do half the job she did in the future. So I just want to thank Cheryl for everything she did for us. Thank you.
Agreed. Thank you. Okay, anybody else? I think we got everybody. Did you want to bring up Liz about? No, till about later. Okay. I think I heard a motion to close from Tom Divini. Second?
I'll second.
Paul Valentine, all in favor? Aye. Okay, so number 1 is granting permission to attend the Association of Towns annual meeting from February 20 to 23rd, which is, it's not even anything. I don't even know. I guess it's just the cost of the class, which is not much. So, motion? Sherry, second? Tom, second, all in favor? Appoint.
James here if you want to talk
Yeah, Jane, could you real quick just explain the thing, the thing we were gonna put on, the electric vehicle charging, the kiosk, if I'm saying it properly, display? Just kind of explain it so that, what it is, because we, you know.
So we have the electrical vehicle charging stations, which everyone's seen, and the town did a few of them. We had an application come before us for the Orangetown Shopping Center over here, that they wanted to put it in 2 of them, and it turns out that the display was actually LED backlit that would run all the time. So that is actually in violation of our sign code. However, this is the way the technology is moving, and the idea behind it is that the ads that run on that screen actually support the cost of the charging stations, so the people using them are getting this for no charge. And a lot of inquiries about it have come up, and it looks like that's the way the technology is going. So in talking with the town attorney's office, we thought try to preemptive strike and make sure that our code addresses it and puts it in the locations that make sense. So that is what the proposal is before you.
Okay.
And this is
Okay.
just
You
to
guys
talk
kinda-
about,
Does that also include like gas stations? Because they have LED backlit screens that have advertisements on them. They have them
and that's what's happening, is the technology is changing faster than our code can keep up with it.
Right. If I can, Jane, that's one of the things that the code's going to address, are those types of issues, because generally speaking, the LED backlighting, you know, again, we don't have billboards, you know, that have that. As long as it's content neutral, really is the important thing about the signs. So,
And location.
right, and,
And size.
right, no,
Exactly.
size and location, et cetera, are things that can be regulated, it's just not content. So, the proposal will have certain areas where these types of signs will be permitted.
So currently, the quick outline that was done addresses all the commercial districts and certain setbacks from public way and property lines, so as not to be a nuisance to drivers that are on the public roadways and neighbors.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Number 4, appoint myself as a 2022 delegate and Rosanna as the alternate delegate at Association of Towns. Tom Divany, second. All in favor? Number 5, approve the 2022 agreement with the Hudson Valley Humane Society. Motion? Brian Donahue made that motion. Good man, Brian.
I'll second it.
Paul, second, all in favor? Okay. Number 6, authorize extension of the grant writing with Burj Group for the year of 2022. Tom Diviny move, second. Jerry Batari, all in favor? Okay, accept the whole harmless and indemnification agreement for the property at 9 Valenza Lane. I guess Slingsby is the name. Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Paul Valentine, second. Brian Donahue, all in favor? Yeah, he seconded that one, okay. Amend Resolution 512 of December 14th to award the contract to the washing board and to waive the performance security. Motion, Jerry, second. Tom Divany, all in favor?
Why don't we just take that out? Because we wait every year. Take that out if you acquire it.
One of the reasons it's waived is because they've been doing it for so long,
I
but
get
if someone
that.
else wins the bid, we don't know.
Okay, accept regret the retirement of Cheryl Coopersmith effective January 21st, 2022. Motion? Jerry?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Okay. Receive and file in the town clerk's office these multiple agreements here. Motion? Brian Donahue, second. Jerry Batari, all in favor? Okay, the audit. And just, Jeff, before you get going, I just want to point out here, we have reimbursement to 2 different senior clubs on here. Remind me, Dennis, how much is in our budget, or how much is in our budget that goes to senior clubs every year?
I think it's 385,000.
Okay, so before we're accused of not taking care of our seniors, I think we should look at how much we spend in our budget to take care of our seniors. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The audit for tonight's meeting consists of 2 warrants for a total of $918,000. First warrant had 121 vouchers for $424,000. These are all 2021 items. Number 1, Atlantic Salt, $39,000 for highway salt purchases. Number 4, Rockland County Commissioner of Finance, $74,000 for tax certiorari refunds. Number 6, Global Montello, $38,000 for fuel. Number 9, Morano Brothers, $116,000 for the North Middletown Road project. The second warrant had 10 vouchers for $494,000. These are 2022 items. Number 14 and 15, the applied golf contracts. And number 17, the County of Rockland, $309,000 for the Pearl River campus pilot. That's simply a pass-through, so we get it and we give it through to the county. Any questions on the audit?
No? Okay, motion to accept the audit? Tom Divany, second.
I'll second.
Paul Valentine, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, like I said, we are going to go into executive session to discuss litigation matters. We are going to be adjourning in memory of, and this is really crazy because we have quite a few employees, relatives on this thing. Joseph Aceta, he's a resident of Pearl River and father of Orangetown employee Teresa Aceta Pugh from the town clerk's office. Maria Castagna, resident of Blauvelt, and mother of James Castagna, a member of our traffic advisory board. Thomas Keary Jr., resident of Pearl River and FDNY. Albert John Nielsen, resident of Blauvelt, father of Orangetown employee Robert Nielsen from our Parks and Recreation Department. Jean Ann Nielsen, resident of Blauvelt, and mother of Orangetown employee Robert Nielsen, our Parks and Recreation Department. James O'Brien, resident of Pearl River. John O'Donnell, resident of Pearl River. Eileen Stallone, mother of Orangetown employee Peter Stallone, who's in our Department of Environmental Management and Engineering. And Sister Joan Stillern, Dominican Sisters, resident of Spark Hill. So I feel like we had a little reprieve there, but it's starting again. Anyway, so we are not coming out to vote on anything or change anything, so we're just going to adjourn in memory of this and go into executive session. So can I get a motion?
Second.
Brian?